Hey, DFW DJ School, your boy DJ XL. Today's topic, we're going to discuss increasing the BPM and why you should be increasing the BPM in your sets as you play. So, let me start from the beginning. As you DJ, you always want to build energy. Part of the whole reason why we should do this thing is energy. Energy, number one, keeps the crowd active and alert and paying attention to the music. Energy number two, can help rotate the dance floor, which I'll talk about that in a second. Number three, energy also helps as far as bar sales. So if you're in an establishment that sells liquor, people aren't going to drink if they don't use any energy. If they don't get their cardio rate up, if they don't get breathing heavy, get their blood levels up, they're not going to be drinking as much as they would if the DJ had energy in the room. So here's what you do. Just an example, what I say is not necessarily the golden standard of anything. I've been doing this for a long time. Let's just say 30 years. You start the BPM at a certain rate, let's just say it's 100 BPM. From that point on, from the time you start that first song at 100 BPM, your goal is to increase the BPM slowly but surely on up to whatever rate you want to go up to. It may be up to Pitbull, about 128 or so. It may be up to Love Shack, 135. It may be up to Hey Ya, Outkast, 160. I mean, it just depends on what you're doing. But the goal is to always be increasing the BPM. For you that don't know, the BPM is the beats per minute. The beats per minute dictate the tempo of the song. So you always want to be increasing the tempo of the song. That builds energy. At the same time, it gets your crowd on the dance floor. It gets them motivated, gets them up, gets them dancing. And then at some point, and this is where the good DJs come in, a good DJ will have the confidence enough to say, you know what? Everybody's been dancing 4, 5, 6 songs. It's time for me to set them down and maybe get some of the other people who aren't dancing onto the dance floor. Again, that takes a lot of confidence to say, hey, I'm going to clear the dance floor right now and I'm going to reset. But a good DJs can do that. And knowing your songs and your music selection and the crowd that you're playing before helps make that pretty easy. Now let me tell you why you want to avoid playing songs in the same BPM range. Glad you asked. After a while, let's just pick 80 BPM. After a while, when you play 3, 4, 5, 6 songs in that same BPM range, your brain, your mind starts to tune out. Your mind is hearing the same beat, basically, over and over and over at the same tempo, over and over and over for 3 or 4 songs. That's 20 minutes of the same tempo, the same kind of beat. Eventually, you just tune out. When you increase the BPM, not only do you make it more challenging for yourself and keep yourself energized and into it and alert, but also keeps your crowd on the toes because they can feel the energy being picked up. They can tell, hey, now we're getting into it, now things are starting to pick up. They can feel that on the dance floor. They anticipate that. They want that. They want to be excited. The girls want to show you their dance moves. The girls, they want to show you that they can move and shake it. The guys, you want to show that, hey, I'm a guy, I can work it too. I'm working a little bit myself. You can't do that if it's a boring tempo. No matter what the tempo is, you can start at 128. If you go 128 all night, depending upon the club, because that would, as my messenger goes off, depending upon the club, that would eventually put people to sleep. Now, EDM is a little bit different because that's the tempo that people are used to hearing all night, but even the EDM DJs use the transition to go down to whatever the current hip-hop song or the current R&B song is, then maybe they'll go back up. Or even nowadays, they use the Moombahton tracks, which are about 108, 106, 110, usually in that range, as a break from the 128 to kind of give the crowd in their ears a respite from the constant all night. The drops, the dramatic drops in the synthesizers, those help out a little bit, but what helps the most is actually changing the tempo. So, as you collect your music, what you want to do is get in the habit of forming your crates in the order of BPM tempos. So whether you use Serato, Virtual DJ, or Tractor, you want to have your crates. Personally, I do it in 5 BPM increments, so it'd be 60 to 70, 60 to 65, 65 to 70, 70 to 75, 75 to 80, on and on and on, all the way up through the tempos, and you want to arrange your music accordingly in those folders, so that when you're at a 80 BPM song, you can start scrolling through songs that are a little bit faster, find one that's appropriate, load it up, and then once you go to jump to 84, 85, then you start looking into maybe the 88s and 90s. And from the 90s, the 92, the 95s, on and on until you get to the higher BPM range. Again, this builds energy in the room, which gets people up and dancing, which gets them on the dance floor, and it also builds a thirst for them to go to the bar and get that drink. Because the first thing that you're going to do, and a good cocktail bar system will recognize this, and the good bars and the good clubs, the DJs and the bar staff are like this, they're in sync. My bar staff knows after about 5 or 6 songs, I'm going to switch it up. So they're ready. So if I have the dance floor full of people dancing to whatever track is 128 BPM, and they know that, you know what, it's been about 4 or 5 songs, he's about to break it down. So when everybody exits the dance floor, when I clear it, they're ready to settle on that drink. Because first thing that they're going to do is go back and kill that drink that's been on the table, and they're going to be ready to order another one. But what you as a DJ have to do in turn, okay, the song that you clear the dance floor with has to be, you know, a good song, a decent song, enough to pull people out into the dance floor. But you want to give the people that are ordering the drinks and getting their drinks maybe 4, 5, 6 minutes before you play that banger, that first cut, to get them back out. Now you start your 5, 6 song rotation over again. Wash and rinse all night long. You just do the same thing all night long. This is how good DJs build the dance floors, break them down. This is how good DJs stay employed. I know a lot of great DJs that can scratch and cut and do all the, but guess what? They usually keep their gigs about 2 or 3 months, and then something happens. The great DJs are the ones that know and understand how beats work and how tempo works and how personality works, and you use all that to your advantage to create a successful bar system to where the music and the bar sales kind of work hand in hand. So, increasing your BPMs, increasing the energy, equals bar sales, equals bookings for you, equals happy owner, happy managers, happy DJ, wife's happy, everybody's happy. This is how you keep getting your nights booked up, because the word gets out. Word gets out. So I hope this helps somebody out there. I know it will. It will, because some of these things took me a long time to learn, and you're learning them like this from watching this video. So practice, 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 and keep practicing. DJ XL for DFW DJ School. Peace.